welcome to Wrestling Gap. That's Talitha. I'm Travis. It's Wednesday, and that means it's time for Wednesday Night Dynamite. And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Look at that Ring of Honor champion going to be wrestling tonight. That's Cesaro.
What the fuck?
I'm like, is he going to beat him up?
He didn't.
Sorry, I got super excited. I thought Wheeler Yuta was going to die. But he didn't. He survived. He will survive.
Craziness.
So that's happening first. Who's he going up against? Do we know? Do we have his challenger? Do we know who it is? Is it going to be Samoa Joe? No, it's what's his name? The white trash guy from New Jersey.
Oh, Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston.
This is their Wednesday special, whatever it's called.
Wednesday night special.
What is it called tonight? It's called something.
Yeah. Night of Champions. I have no idea.
No, it's...
Fight Forever. Or is that?
No, that's their game.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. I want to sound cool, but I have no idea.
I saw it and then I missed it. Whatever. So.
You missed to register it in your brain?
Yeah,
because that's what I did
so.
too. Joe Phil.
Anyways, we have people in the chat, I guess. Harley's out there. Hey, Harley says, what's up, my wrestling family? Walter is with us. Says, hey, Travis. Hey, Daphne. AEW Dynamite. I'm ready for some wrestling. Harley says, what's up, Walter? And how was bingo tonight, Walter? Sophie's in the chat for a second saying hi. Did you hear that Max announced a sports tier? Harley says, hey, Sophie,
I did not, but that's way cool.
Chris says, what up, Travis and D? Hey, Chris, good to see you tonight. Harley says, what's up, Chris? How are you doing? Chris says, oh, wow, there's actually a pic of Jade Cargill training at the WWE PC. Good for her. Maybe she'll become a WWE Women's Champ one day. Walter says, Taz and Tony Schiavone, Excalibur on commentary. John Sparkling in the chat. Good to see you tonight. Says, hey, you lollipops. And Walter says, Eddie Kingston for the win. Picola is with us as well tonight. Thanks for joining us, Picola. I know that this one's hard for you, but I'm glad that you're here. It's the Helena Arthur Ashe Cell Survivor Blood Goes Everywhere series. Is that it? What it is?
That's exactly what it is.
Sounds about right. Not surprising if that's what it's really called.
Is this Fight for the Fallen?
No, that was the one we talked about that you were like, I don't know why they haven't done that. And they've let this guy in there you were talking about the other night.
With the gun violence?
Yeah.
Or the Florida?
I thought it was something special this week.
It is.
It's title versus title, I guess, which is weird.
It's super special.
Look at Eddie Kingston doing the gay old 90s shit with the shaved eyebrow parts. Oh. Bravo, buddy.
It's definitely
you keep that up.
Definitely not gay.
John's like, you know what the special is at the Kitty Cat Club? Meow. Walter says, Daphne didn't win at bingo. Came close, but next time I will win. You better, Walter.
You need to get your numbers up, man.
I'm getting kind of unhappy about it.
You're probably going through withdrawals from that
winning streak you were on for
the other
months.
thing that he drinks when he wins.
Oh.
What's that called, Captain? It's a Starbucks, Captain Star, right?
Starbucks gift card.
Yeah, isn't that what he wins?
Usually, sometimes depends on what it is.
That's what I'm asking. He's going through withdrawals from coffee or whatever he gets.
His Starbucks food. Harley says, All Elite Wrestling Grand Slam. Grand Slam. Thank you, Harley. That's what I was looking for. This is what it's called. Grand Slam.
It's so grand.
That's what it's called tonight. I was like, I can't remember what the hell it's supposed to be called tonight.
Grand
Sophie says, AEW is rumored to hold a pay-per-view in December, like sometime after Christmas.
Nice.
Goody gumdrops. Piccolo says, dang, Harley, that sounds lame.
Well, Walter Christmas is on a Monday. And so the only other day they could do a pay-per-view would be New Year's Eve, which would be that Sunday.
Yeah.
Right?
But if they did it, well, I guess they could do it that weekend, I guess, after Christmas. Camera work sucks. Walter says, Grand Slam AEW. Thanks, Walter. You and Harley both knew what it was.
Woo!
Chris says also Randy was spotted at PC. Well, good. I'm glad that Randy Orton's back doing something. Maybe he'll be okay. Walter says Randy Orton will be back in WWE and Vince McMahon is out of WWE. He retired.
Old retired.
Oh, did he? Really, Walter? That's funny. Vince McMahon retired from WWE.
Just a old retired man.
Because he's running it. That's funny. You guys crack me up. So he says Vince might have to step down again with the latest investigation that came out thanks to the Times or something.
Yeah, they're always out to get those guys. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Sounds like a bunch of crap to me. So he says, if Vince steps down, I wonder who will take that role. I don't know. But his people says, well, I can't handle all this spew speculation. John's like, Vince will run WWE from prison. That's probably true, John. If he ever did go to prison for something that isn't even true.
It's like the Mexican mafia. He's like shot caller.
Calling all the shots from prison.
Him and Trump sharing a cell. Trump running the country. And,
the shit that'll never happen.
And Vince running
Those guys
wrestling.
being in prison for shit that they didn't even do. Walter's like, New York, AEW, LOL. Oh, yeah? Is that where they're at tonight?
New York. Yeah.
John's like, new gorilla position. What? Are you talking about Eddie Kingston being down on the floor? With his gut hanging out? He's like, I've got a bad back.
He's gorilla pimping. Look at this. Oh!
Oh, no, he hurt himself.
What the fuck was that? The dumbest thing I've ever seen about that. Anyways, these two are going at it. These two have had a 20-year-old hatred for each other.
You would think after 20 years he would just give up on it. It just seems weird that all of a sudden you still hate him. You
never give up on your hatred.
Okay.
It's just like that junior high teacher kid or somebody that picked on you. You want them dead. You want their family dead. You want to go to their house, burn it down, and piss on the ashes.
That sounds gross. He says, I'll be back in an hour. Alrighty.
Woo! We'll be here.
Walter says, okay, at 9:05 I'm going. I'll be here Friday for SmackDown, but I'm still in chat. John's like, Travis, tell her what the gorilla position is.
I have no idea what the
Sounds
gorilla
disgusting.
position is.
Pico says, well, we'll be waiting patiently, Sophie, but not 1 minute more.
I mean, like a gorilla press, like when you lift them over your head. Are we talking about wrestling? Are we talking about Kama Sutra? Oh, a double stomp on his hand.
Not his hand.
He already smashed his hand on Cesaro's face /
no.
Claudio Castagnolo.
Walter's like, if commentaries are around the ring, be careful.
I know, and they got the ramp set up tonight that goes right to the ring, which I love. I actually like that setup.
They must be in a small venue.
Madison Square Garden. It is.
Oh, they're in there? Wow.
It's decently small. Not huge, not little.
Pico's like, I'm going to tell you, but it'll be the best lie ever. Cool. Why are we lying about it?
About gorillas in the mist. It's when Sigourney Weaver went into the jungle. And she played like a real life person, but not really.
Who was it?
I don't know her name.
What's
yet.
her name?
I have no idea.
Who was it? Who did it?
And Margaret.
And Margaret. Sure, that's probably it. John's like, it's
Oh,
Vince's
God.
spot behind the curtain named after Gorilla Monsoon. Nothing bad.
I love Gorilla Monsoon.
Walter says Claudio will do the swing, and Pico says, so like, remember the Harambe? Oh, that guy. The animal. Chris says, Gorilla position is that entrance by the curtain backstage is called that because Gorilla Monsoon would always be there.
Ah.
Well, there you go.
Well, that makes sense.
Piccolo was telling us a lie, which was even more intriguing. Silliness.
Today, the con. That's funny.
Which part?
That little kid smacking her in the face with a spoon and all the
Oh, the
sugar
flour
or
and
flour
stuff,
on it.
whatever
Yeah.
it was.
She's just laughing. The mom's like
Would
dying.
be funny. I mean, what kid wouldn't laugh at that? John's like, high five, Chris, old school.
That's a tiny burger.
It's the Whopper Junior.
You can get 5 of them for $5, or 6 of them for $5.
I didn't see any of
I
that.
couldn't tell. It just said a price tag.
I wasn't paying attention, so.
Whole bunch of them. A Whopper Junior, unless they're $5 a piece. I don't know how much a Whopper costs. I haven't had Burger King for close to a decade. No, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I had Burger King. Schwarzkopf. It's my Russian hair color. Schwarzkopf.
Google's like, definitely behind the curtain. But, like, Heston is yelling, "Damn you, dirty Kenny Omega," something like that.
Right. Yes, that's it.
Chris says nothing like that Road Warrior intro and crowd would go nuts.
The Road Warriors. The greatest tag team ever.
John says Junior Whoppers 2 for $5.
2 for $5. Yeah, that's not a very good deal. Especially for a junior. Wasn't a Whopper $2 last time I had one?
Probably.
What's a Whopper cost nowadays? $5?
$7.
Dear Lord.
Pickle's like, Whoppers are mid. I like Karl's Jr. hamburgers a little better.
Yeah, Carl's Jr. probably has a little bit better hamburger, but I definitely like the Whopper.
Flame broiled, if that's what you're going for. For, like, if they came off of a flame. John says, yes, Chris, Iron Man blaring. Sophie says, Becky versus Tiffany in an Extreme Rules match. Nice. Sophie, I thought you weren't going to be here for an hour.
That's fine.
Has it been an hour already? Damn.
Well, we're almost over.
Well, thank God. Oh, it's all
God,
like
this was a
6:13.
long...
Son of a bitch.
Long match.
God damn it, Sophie. You ruined everything. Getting my hopes up. Dashing them into the flames.
Yeah, it's only been a 9-minute match so far. That's not an hour.
John's like, you have 5 guys
Alley?
out that way? Yes.
Yeah.
We do have 5 guys
That
out
hurt?
this way. Oh, it doesn't hurt.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a bug bite. I don't know. I don't go
try
around
itch it and
looking.
make it swell.
I don't go around looking for things on my body to scratch and pick at and itch and do all kinds of weird stuff too.
I had an itch.
Yeah, apparently. Tried to scratch your whole leg off. Freak.
Mm-mm. Look how dry I am.
Yeah, it's gross. You should probably put
some
lotion
lotion
on.
it. Do it.
We don't have any in here. Oh, wait, there's some right here. Here, put this on there.
No, I don't want that on there. That's
Come on.
prescription strength stuff.
Come on, just put that on there.
Use that gold one.
No, put this on there.
I don't want to put that on
Put
there.
it on there.
I don't need that much lotion.
Put it on there.
It's really slimy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really
Yeah, it's
oily.
grease. It's just like lard. Here,
Yeah.
put this lard on there.
It's
Put
very,
it on your skin.
Very oily.
I can't reach that one.
Of course you can't. Do you need a wand? Do Isiah? It's got to be unpumped.
There you go.
Now rub it in.
No,
Well, you can't just sit
just
there.
like a worm on there.
I don't have anything.
People says, "Oh boy, we have Hardee's because Mississippi River now, y'all." Yeah, I know Hardee's.
Oh, look at the
what's funny
chops.
about that, Picola, is that we actually used to have a Hardee's here. That's what's even funnier. We actually had a Hardee's.
Is Hardee's out of business now?
No, it's Carl's Jr. now. So it's like Carl's Jr. on one side of the Mississippi and Hardee's on the other. Like, so it's the same place,
Right.
just a different thing.
I thought maybe that one went out of business.
No, Hardee's is still in business.
Hardee's is the one with the really pretty girls in the commercial.
No, those are Hooters.
No. This girl's way hotter than any Hooter girl. Her name's something like Kristen McKinney or something. I don't remember what her first name is.
Are you talking about the ones where they eat like their food naked on vehicles and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, that's Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. Same thing.
Look how cool that looks now. I'm like jaundicey.
Gross.
Got jaundice right there. It's all yellow.
Chris says Becky versus Tiff should be in Hell in a Cell. That would be a first for NXT. John says, what about Zaxby's? Don't have a Zaxby's.
Sounds cool, though.
I don't even think we have one in our state. Harley says, if I eat Burger King, I get the Impossible Whopper. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of fake stuff, so I don't really eat it.
Ew. Like, oh, I was thinking it was like 3 stacked high, like impossible to eat.
No, it's made out of basically dog food.
Yeah, I don't want anything that's not real.
Without meat. Peas, pea gook and stuff. Yeah, no thank you. No offense, Harley. I'm a meat girl. I like my hamburgers with real meat in them.
Like I want my
hamburger that tastes like hamburger to actually be made from hamburger.
Yeah. What they do is they just take the taste and they have it chemically broken down, and then they know what it is and they can synthetically make the taste.
I know, it's so healthy for you. People should eat a lot of that.
1, 2. Claudio almost had him.
John says, Chris, I always wanted to try Whataburger. Whataburger. Piccolo says, it's the same place. Yes, it is. Hardee's and Carl's Jr. Yeah, I enjoy a good Whataburger every now and then. Don't have one of those. I don't even know if we have one close enough by that it'd be worth going to a place to get it.
I don't even know what it is.
John says Twin Peaks is good like Hooters. Never heard of it either.
I like Twin Peaks. That sounds great. It was a good show in the 70s
Patty Melt
too.
Slaps. Whataburger's Patty Melt? Walter says Tony Storm will win tonight, and Walter says I want MJF to win later tonight. And Piccolo says, I think Red Robin is alright, but a bit overrated. I'm not a very big fan of Red Robin. We do have a Red Robin here, but I'm not a very big fan of their food.
She went there and almost died.
What do you mean I went there and almost died?
Isn't that where you went and somebody dropped a glass and glass went everywhere?
I don't remember.
You went there with work or something.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And the glass broke.
Maybe it was that place.
It went out of business like 2 weeks after it opened.
No, that wasn't that one. That was the other place. That was the, oh, God, what the hell is the name of that place? Shit.
What? 2! Ha ha!
What the hell is the name of that place? What was that
It's not
place?
Chipotle.
No. It's like Red Robin. It's like 2 words like that, but.
Snail poop.
No.
Snail slime? No.
Think about snails and slime, you freak. Like.
Sounds like a good burger place. You
Yeah.
put mushrooms on it.
Why would that have anything to do with snails?
I don't know. Don't mushrooms and snails have something in common?
Probably not. It sounds gross. But you go off.
What is going on here? Are they resting or something? Uh-oh. Spinning back fist. This could do it! Power bomb! He got him!
What? He won?
15-13. Yeah, we knew that.
Well, there you go, Walter. Eddie won.
I figured he would.
Because it wasn't for the ROH championship?
No, it is.
Oh.
That way Claudio doesn't have that title on Ring of Honor. My question is why wouldn't you just have the title transfer on a Ring of Honor show instead of a AEW show?
I don't know. Because they're dumb. Whoever writes this doesn't know what to do with themselves, I guess.
I scratched myself on some wood the other day.
Do you have tetanus? Do you need a tetanus shot?
Wood. A bit of wood, not metal.
Could have had metal in it.
Kingston is a bum. That's what one side said.
That's funny.
All right, Eddie, go away now. You can literally just go to Ring of Honor and just disappear off AEW TV, and we'd appreciate it. Bye-bye. Now he has to shake his hand.
Ew. It's gross. It's funny because where I work, they used to come in and do food. Can't remember the name of it to save my life.
He better shake his hand. There
Ruby
it is.
Tuesdays. That's what it was. Fuck.
Ooh,
Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesday. That's a good song.
Doesn't even sound like a song.
Ruby Tuesday?
Doesn't sound like a song at all.
It's one of the better songs ever made.
Chris says Whataburger is best. It's a Texas thing, but apparently Florida had one. They had one, just one. That's it.
They had one in Florida.
They just had one. What happened to it?
People came from miles around to see it. It's like Daytona Beach.
Did Florida man get a hold of it? Chris says, yes, our patty melt is best. Nah, I don't know about that. Beagle says they have decent malts and shakes. Who, Whataburger or Red Robin? John says Fuddruckers is good. I've heard of them. I've never had them. Walter says, come on, Eddie, win. And he did. Pico says, you know, there's movement. I see. Well, the local hero wins. Walter says, Eddie won. Yes, double belt winner. Chris says, Eddie wins with Gunther powerbomb. Harley says, I enjoy eating meat products, but not Impossible Whopper tastes better to me, my opinion. Yep. Yeah, I just have
Everybody
read what's
can
in them. And
eat what they want.
I don't like my food to have that many things added to it. That's all. Pickle says, I watched some History Channel special about the origins of Benihana and TGI Fridays. Pretty informative stuff. History Channel special about it. That's an interesting thing to have, a History Channel special. I guess about Benihana would be pretty cool, but...
Poor guy.
TGI Fridays. What?
He's in his deathbed.
Oh, cool. I hope
Because
he
of his
dies.
neck. What? Neck health awareness. I hope to be as neck strong as you.
Oh my god, this is so gay.
It's not very happy to me.
Pio says, who are these nobodies on my TV? Dude, I have no idea.
It's 3 nobodies and Adam Cole. Why can't they do the Ring of Honor shit on Ring of Honor?
I don't know why. Stupid. Walter's like, Adam Cole visiting. Yeah, he's visiting his
Well, thank goodness.
bestie.
One of his best friends has a broken neck.
Oh, it's not always about
He should
you.
get a shirt that says, "What about me?" Sounds like a pretty cool shirt, actually. Uh-oh, what's happening? Ew.
Why is it making all that noise?
Just go. Look at the hospital. I feel bad for him, too. Having a broken neck. No friends, no wife, no kids, nothing. Just, I mean, he had a pretty nurse, though, so I can't be too hard on him. I had a pretty nurse once. And she was, like, close to my age. And she taught me how to, like, cough without dying. You just take a pillow and put it on your right there. And then push on it as hard as you can while you cough.
You mean after your appendix surgery?
Mm-hmm. I was like 12 or 10 or 11 or 12, 13, somewhere in that area.
John says, I'd rather watch History of Benihana than that segment. Me too. I think the closest Benihana is down in Utah for us.
I don't know what that is. It sounds like something off
It's one of those
movie.
places that you go to and they like have they have like the big thing in the middle.
Uh-huh.
People sit around and the guy like,
I know. There's one over here.
it's like that one, but that's not Benihana. Walter says Jericho for the win, and Harley says, do you guys have Jollibee Chicken Place? We do not. Nope. We don't have any cool places. We used to have a Chipotle and then they left. We used to have a Popeyes too. It left also.
Yeah.
We used to be cool, and then we became stupid and lame.
To be honest, all we have is food places.
To be honest, the only food places we have are Mexican and Asian. That's it.
And fast food, yeah.
And what's even more gross about it is they're sushi places, and we don't even live near a goddamn fucking ocean, which is even grosser to me, but whatever.
They boated in up the river.
They just go out to the river, the dirty, dirty, dirty river we have, and they're like, we got our fresh fish out of here. We got the catch of the day. Fucking mud flap skippers down there.
We call this crawdads.
Rahul is in the chat, says, no live broadcasts in India or Eurosport. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. John says, sounds like a chicken ranch, Harley. Jollibee chicken? Jollibee. John, Jollibee, if you've never heard of Jollibee chicken, Jollibee is a Filipino restaurant. I've heard that they're really good. Picola can tell us all about it. Not because he's Filipino, but because he knows of them and has had them.
Something weird is happening. I was thinking about lowering the TV. What do you think?
No.
Why? You like it that high?
I like it that high because I can see it over this. If you lower it, I won't be able to see that whole corner of the TV.
I forget
I
about
already can't see a little bit apart if I put my head down like this. It's like one little edge is gone, so I have to like look up like this. So either you get this or something else. Oh, Piccola hasn't been. You haven't been to a Jollibee? Oh, that's crazy, dude. I figured maybe you'd been to one. I thought they were pretty prevalent over there, but maybe they're not. John's like, is it a rub and tug spot, Cola? Oh my God, John. People's like, plot twist, Jollibee is a front for minor laboring. Oh God. I don't feel that that's correct. Hey, we haven't figured out who's the champion in this. Who's the champion?
Well, Luchasaurus is going to be involved in the match.
Is he the champion?
The Lucha is.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
Boom.
John's laughing, and Pico's like, depends, John, are you a cop? Oh, yeah.
You didn't
He
need to
sounds
say
coppish.
both teams. You could have just said the Yankees. There's no actual Met fans. Actually, I knew a couple Mets fans. I always thought it was funny. You know why the Mets have the colors they have?
Nope.
So in like 68 or whatever year that was, I think it was 68, 67, somewhere around then, the Giants left to San Francisco and the Dodgers left to LA. They left at the same time. Mm-hmm. And so they made another team, and it was the Mets. So they used the Giants orange and the Dodgers blue, and that's the color of the Mets, the blue and orange that they wear. That's where they got their colors.
That's weird. That sounds dumb. Sounds like a really poor way to get colors.
I could tell you right now, if the Dodgers moved back to LA, they would probably be the biggest, or not back to LA, back to New York, they'd be the biggest team in New York.
Probably.
There was so many fans. Like, people had to become Yankee fans because the Dodgers left. That's how popular the Dodgers were. But nobody wanted to be a fan of the Mets.
John's like, no, I'm a machinist. Pico's like, okay, then come on in. Ask for the red sweater. John's like, Metropolitans.
The
Mets.
Yeah.
Metropolitans.
They should have had a better name than that. Like the Gothams. Would have been cool or something. That's what the Yankees used to be called. They were the Gothams when they first started.
The Mets should just be Metrocity. Sounds way better.
The Metrocity.
Metrocities.
Uh-oh, the lights went out.
Piccolo says, I know who, besides the Yankees, has won sports titles in New York City. Who is it, Piccolo? Who is it besides the Yankees?
That have won championships?
Who has won sports titles in New York City?
Well, the Knicks won in the 70s. The Rangers have won. I don't know if the Islanders have ever won, but I know the Rangers have won a championship or two. They had Gretzky and Messier.
This guy's name is Montezi, just so you know.
Nice. I just don't remember if the Mets have won the World Series. I mean, I think they have, but I can't remember.
Pickle's like, you got me. And John's like, Mets have 2. Tyler's in the chat tonight. Hey, Tyler says, I can finally eat solids, so I had a steak. Good for
Yummy.
you, buddy. I'm glad you got cleared to eat solids. Good deal, my man.
There it is.
John
Ring the
says,
bell.
Islanders won 4 in the 80s. Walter says, go, Chris. Get the win.
So the Islanders won 4, and the Rangers won a couple too, didn't they? So basically the New York teams dominated the 80s in hockey.
Piccolo says, phew, that was DJ Khalid. Thanks for clarification. That's Montezi. The only reason why I know that is because I was reading Stupid Sammy's name and it said with Montezi. So I was like, oh, that's his name. So now everybody knows.
Montezi cheese.
Monty Z. But it's Montezi. Monty.
Montezi.
It's Monty and Easy put together without an
Montezi.
extra E.
Good deal.
Pickle's like, wait, I thought LA Kings did too. Are you talking about getting wins in the 80s?
I don't know anything about the Kings. I mean,
John says Rangers won 1 in the 50s and 94. Harley says, yes, the New York Islanders have won the Stanley Cup.
yeah.
Piccolo says, but I don't follow hockey.
Yeah, me neither. And not anymore. Is Sidney Crosby still playing? Look at this. They're posing together.
That's weird.
And I don't know about the Liberty. You guys follow the WNBA? Have they won championships too? Does that even count?
Have championships?
Uh-huh. They're in the playoffs right now. Well, I don't know if they
That
are.
sounds ridiculous.
But the WNBA is in the playoffs right now.
Oh. Tyler says, can't believe Eddie won. Crazy.
Yeah. I've seen it coming a mile away.
Can't believe they did an ROH on their actual AEW stuff and not done it on ROH where it should be.
Every match is an ROH match, but this one.
That's ridiculous. Pickle's like, so Jericho fighting his student? Yeah. Student's fighting the master.
Can the student beat the master? I'm going to say yes. This match could be 20 minutes, though.
20 minutes.
And right now,
dumb.
we're 2 minutes and 20 seconds in.
That
Uh-oh,
person's
Jericho.
really excited about Aubrey as the ref.
Who wouldn't be?
I don't know. Their sign says Aubrey every Wednesday, though. It's creepy.
Is he a dad yet?
I don't think she's had her kid.
Bang, said. A lot of gun gestures on this show.
Harley says last time the New York Rangers won the Stanley Cup was in 1994. That's what John said. The Rangers won one in 50s and 94.
So they didn't win one with Messier and Gretzky? Or was Gretzky there in 94? Because I thought Gretzky was with the Kings.
John's like, high five, Harley.
Or was he with the Kings after that? I don't know enough about Gretzky, other than he had a really pretty daughter. And he was the greatest player in hockey ever.
Pukol says, Carmella is close. 39 weeks, I believe she stated on IG. Yeah, she's ready to pop out her kid. John's like, yes, with Messier, not Gretzky. whatever his name is.
Messier.
Messier.
Mark Messier.
Not
Mark
Gretzky.
Messier. Oh. That's cool.
Well, if Carmella is ready to have a baby, that means that what's-her-face should be close too.
The
Bliss.
little one, Bliss.
Bliss should be ready to pop out her kid too.
The little Miss Bliss. Are they going to call her that? Little Miss Bliss? Where's it a
I don't
boy?
know what she's having. I don't pay attention to any of that crap. People says, who's the best goaltender ever, John? Goat.
Ooh, that's tough. Would it be Martin?
I don't know any of these people, so.
I mean, think of how cool that name is. Instead of Martin, it's Martin. Martin.
Well, if
Brodeur.
you want to say it like an English person, that's exactly how you say it.
Martin Brodeur. I think it's French. Martin Brodeur.
And says, I only know like one, to be fair. John's like, Gretzky only won 4 cups with Oilers. Last one was 88. Sophie says, wonder when Randy will show back up on WWE TV since he has been in the Performance Center. I don't know, Sophie. Hasn't been an hour yet, though. John's like, Patrick Roy. That's the goaltender he's going for.
It's Wah.
Wah?
Wah.
Is that Roy?
It's Wah. It's funny. So, no shit. I have a buddy, and he worked at Burnett, and he, every time he would call somebody, he'd say, is Mr. Wah there? Because it's Patrick Wah. And they'd be, it's Roy. But he was such a hockey fan, he would do it on purpose, obviously. But yeah. But it's spelled Roy, but it's Wah. Wah. Patrick Wah. That's my favorite. But my favorite name of any goaltender is Curtis Joseph. Because if you shorten those, it's Cujo. And he would wear his mask. It would be Cujo, the dog, the rabbit dog on his head.
Huh? Piccolo says, and his name is Dominic Hasek. I don't know why I know him.
Dominic
Maybe
Hasek.
Sports Center highlights.
Yeah, he was pretty good. And then there's like Lundqvist, Patrick Lundqvist. He's the one that you've seen before. He talks to the Muppet, the chef Muppet. That's like, and he's like, hey. The other guy gets all mad.
John says,
there's a few good goalies.
Brodeur.
Yeah, Martin Brodeur.
Is good also.
I think Martin's probably the best. Well, Patrick Waugh. You know, what was the one for Chicago? He was pretty good, too. But I think Waugh was the best.
Pico's like, haha, I know that name. John's like, it's Waugh, French-Canadian, LOL. John's like, Cujo was good. Hasek was good.
Oh, Dominic Hasek. Yeah, that's the guy I was thinking. That's the other one.
Dominic Hasek. That's what people have said.
Yeah, that's the other one that's really good. But I have no idea who's good nowadays. Like, I haven't watched in 10 years. I had a buddy that I was in a fantasy league with, but he died. He got cancer, like, on a Sunday and died, like, Wednesday.
You mean he was diagnosed with cancer?
Yeah, he was dead within, like, 3 days. So it, like, everything just stopped with it. Like, it was sucky. We had to literally, like, investigate what happened to him.
Yeah, because he, like, disappeared. And nobody could figure out what happened.
Yeah, we all talked to him Saturday. Sunday, he went in. Wednesday, he was dead.
I never remember which one guy in your group found all that out.
Just one of the hot... Like, we all put stuff together. Like, we knew where he lived. So we knew the city. You know, Minnesota. Minneapolis. So we knew the city. And then we knew when we all stopped talking to him. And then we remembered his name, because he would tell us his name every once in a while. And we all just put it together. It's funny because you're friends with these guys, but you never meet them. But, I mean, we were together for like 12 years, all of us.
Was that the young guy? No.
He wasn't too young. We lost a couple in 9/11 in the basketball league when the towers fell. Because we knew they worked there, and then we never talked to them again. So, I mean, we assume that we lost him in 9/11. Because they literally stopped playing. We talked to him every day.
I thought, not Gordon. He was in Florida.
Gordon's in Florida. Gordon didn't die. He's still alive. No, this is the Ultra that we're talking about. He ran them all. And so when he left, nobody wanted to run the leagues. It was just like, and done. He was like an apartment manager. Whatever they call that. That's not what they call him, but that's what he did. He managed Reynolds. And so he had all the time in the world.
Huh.
Sammy! The aerial.
Almost missed a little bit. His knee. John's like, Connor McDavid is good, close to Gretzky, good, almost.
Really? I've never even heard of the guy. That's pretty impressive to be that good.
Harley says my favorite goaltender would have to be Chris Osgood from the Detroit Red.
Yeah. So Detroit was my team. I love Osgood. Federer, Yzerman, whatever the defender. They had a really good defender on that team.
That was dumb.
Too.
He didn't even get him with his
Yeah,
stick.
he missed. Yeah, Osgood was good, but he wasn't elite like these other guys. But I definitely liked him.
He was good, but he wasn't, good.
Well, he wasn't elite. Like I said, Curtis Joseph looked the coolest because he had Cujo on his helmet, for fuck's sakes.
John says Mike Richter was good.
Yeah, Richter was really good.
Winningest American goalie.
But he was also on a really good team. Or, I mean, he might have played for more than one team, but he was really good. Pretty sure he was a Nick. Or not a Nick, but a Ranger.
So who's going to win this?
I think it's going to be Sammy. Although he's getting put in the walls of Jericho, and nobody gets out of that, so he could lose, I guess.
John says Ed Belfour was the Chicago goalie.
Belfour. Very, very good also. Yes, Belfour was the one I was thinking of. I literally went out and bought the hockey game with all those guys on it for the Sega Genesis because I loved playing the Sega Genesis at that time. It's where I learned all the players' names and everything.
That's funny. So he says some soccer player is rumored for Crown Jewel. Cool. Chris says, so happy tomorrow is my B-day, last day of work before 2 days off. Oh, that's fantastic, Chris. Well, happy early birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Chris. John says 90s had the best goalies.
Yes. Legendary. There's just so many teams nowadays, too. There's a lot more teams and a little more watered down with the talent. Is the kid that Chicago took #1 overall going to start this season?
Jesus.
A little cutter.
What a terrible landing.
It's like an RKO out of nowhere.
Yeah, except Jericho put his leg down when he came down. How dumb. John's like, happy birthday, Chris. And Pickle's like, I'm sure, Chris, you'll party up, broski.
Party like a rock star. Oh.
Weird.
Yeah, you
Weird
don't want
house.
to top the guy. It's when you lay on top of him.
Whatever you asked, John said yes.
Yes.
Whatever you guys were.
The Chicago kid's going to start. Kind of looking forward to that because he's supposed to be pretty damn good. My buddy said he's a generational type talent.
Generational.
Mm-hmm.
Generational.
I don't know how true that is, but...
Chris says, oh yeah, definitely going to a ball game and get Verlander ring replica they are giving out. Nice.
Rings.
Good deal. Sounds like a good plan.
I'm just glad they traded for his wife back in Houston. So he could play on that team.
Yeah. They traded for his wife.
Kate Upton or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
They needed her out in the crowd, to help with morale.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why?
Oh, she helps with morale. It's kind of hard to be around her and not smile.
John says Connor Bedard.
Is that the Chicago kid? I haven't looked up
Chris
his
says,
name.
speaking of, those damn Braves are starting to pick up steam.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they can beat the Dodgers. That's all I care about every year is that the Dodgers lose and the Yankees lose. And then I'll just cheer for whoever.
Right?
I would rather see the Dodgers lose than my Giants win. I swear to God. Like, it gets me more excited. Mm-hmm. Although and the reason is because I can't watch the Giants play in the playoffs, because if I do, they lose. And so they won 3 championships, like 08, 10, and 12. And I couldn't watch any of the games because every game I watched, they fucking lost. And so that's it. Jericho won it. Clean.
Damn. Weird.
15 minutes and 13 seconds. Hey, oh my God, it's the exact same time as the other match.
What the fuck?
The exact same amount of time as the match before.
That's so strange.
15,
What's even
13.
more weird is they had Jericho win. That's weird.
Yeah, that one gets me a little bit.
Pico says this has turned to Jericho Island. I mean, no one is invested in this. John says Braves will choke. Harley says the 90s had the best players for the National Hockey League.
I think so. I mean, I loved Iserman. Who was the kid? There again, who was the guy in Chicago? He was really good too. Jeremy Roenick, right? Is it Roenick? He was really good. And then obviously you had Messier and the older guys. Crosby wasn't there yet. Who was the Mario Lemieux? I forgot about him. Probably the best player. Yarmir, whatever you say, Yager. He was there. That dude played for like 30 years. I think he's still playing.
He needs this match and he needs the win to feel like a man. But now he doesn't because he didn't win, so now he's not a man.
Oh, big hugs!
Oh man, how exciting. Hugging and gross stuff happening. Sick.
What's going to happen here? Something going to happen here. I feel like something still could happen here.
Oh, turned on him.
Felt like something was going to happen. Sammy.
It's crusty.
What have you done for me lately? Nobody likes Jericho anyway, so it's not even that big of a deal. Like, the crowd's like, fuck it.
They're like, oh wow, we like his song, but he sucks balls.
Oh, look at this.
Don Callis coming down to...
With his loafers.
The biggest rat in New York City.
It's a sewer rat.
Wow, did you see the schnoz on that guy?
Yeah.
Holy hannahs, that thing was ginormous.
He hunts ants.
Poor guy. Oh, yeah? You're going with Don Callis? I feel like that's not a smart move for you.
It's all right. He can't talk. He needs somebody to talk for him.
Chris says, yeah, Jericho won clean. Fuck yeah. F Sammy Cuck Guevara. Harley says, happy early birthday, Chris. And John says, Lemino, Jaeger. Whatever.
Yarmir Yager.
Sure. John's like, Nutcracker. Pico's like, I want to see heel Sammy push. We'll see how it works. If
Well,
it
he just
works out for
lost
him,
clean
being
as
with
a good guy.
Don Callis might not be a good thing for him. Chris is like, oh, Don Callis, baby. Quentin Mitchell in the chat says, shades of WrestleMania 19. John says, Callis got those loafers out of Seth Rollins' closet.
Right.
Maybe.
Hopefully he wasn't banging Becky. Why was he in the closet?
I don't know why he was in the closet. But not surprising that Don Callis was in Seth Rollins' closet. They're better than him.
Uh-oh. It's Roderick. He's having a panic attack. Yeah, Joe. Your ass is his.
That's gross. Nobody
That's a
wants
big
Joe's
ass. It's
Nobody
about the
wants
same
Joe's
size as
ass.
Staten
Not
Island.
one person's like, I really want Joe's ass. Nobody.
Maybe his boyfriend?
Joe has a boyfriend?
I don't know.
Oh.
I doubt he has a girlfriend.
Does he have a wife?
I doubt he has one of those either.
Oh.
Maybe it's a husband. Quaker? Ouch.
John says, your ass is his Joe, said no man ever.
'50s music was awesome.
What's that?
'50s music was awesome.
A lot of it was. Yeah, one and done. We're just in a commercial break, guys. AEW went full commercial on us. I don't even know what's next.
Jericho, or not Jericho, but MJF just showed up to the building.
I thought that
That'll
was
be the
earlier.
That'll be the main event.
Should be.
Oh, it will be. I mean, we do have women wrestling, I would assume. They'll give them about 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes maybe.
Chris says LL MJF intro theme for tonight should start off with Sinatra and then turn into his theme song.
Yes.
Walter says, good AEW Sammy is with Don Callis. Boo. I was like, Jericho won his match. Yeah, he did win. But did he? He won the match, but did he win the war?
War is just getting underway. He started the war with the kick.
I think it was the war in order to see if Sammy would still be his buddy.
Well, not anymore.
No, Jericho doesn't have any friends.
Because he's a stupendous intellect.
Guess.
Or a stupid idiot.
I don't know, but I just know that since Jericho's been there the last 4 years, he's had like 20 million factions. At least.
Jericho is very dynamic in his wrestling. Meaning, it's always changing. Liquid, whatever word you want to use there. It is dynamic, but... Coming to America! That song always makes me think of the 4th of July, and then I just realized that the 4th of July is over, and there's going to be a winter before I see 4th of July again.
Ah, bummer.
Oh, look, she's in... what is that called? A Canadian tuxedo?
Denim?
Yeah, that's called a Canadian tuxedo. Oh, Lord. Oh, fuck. No, please. It's going to be the main event next week or some shit. Ugh. Is this a concert or something? What's this? What's going on?
No idea what this is. Oh, it's the international
Oh, okay, so
fight
we got Ray
between
Phoenix
Moxley
versus
and...
John Mox.
Well, there you go. Walter says, Roderick Strong, get better, you're injured. Funny. John says, trivia question, only person to win 2 Heisman.
I feel like I know this one. It's not Tim Tebow, is it? Tebow won it. I'm trying to think of when it was. It's not Desmond Howard. It's not Bo. It's not Barry Sanders. I feel like it would be a quarterback or a running back. I have no idea. He just headbutted the camera hard. Like on accident. He threw his head sideways and it hit the camera.
He's like, I can't
Almost
wrestle.
split him open.
He's like, I can't wrestle now. I've got a concussion. Just kidding.
John Moxley, ready to bleed. He's already headbutting cameras. He swinged at you.
Gross. I threw up too.
In your mouth?
Yeah. Pickle's like, what is an AEW gimmick that is great and one that's terrible?
Oh, Jesus. Great. Fuck. I don't know. I really like Jade Cargill and the whole baddies and she's that bitch. I like that whole thing. And now I'm like, I like Jericho's entrance music.
Right?
Because everybody plays along with it.
But it's not really a gimmick.
I know. So it would be his faction that doesn't exist anymore. It's like everything I liked is gone. Trying to think if there's something else I like out there.
Which one's terrible? What's the gimmick that's terrible?
Anything with Wheeler Yuta and fucking what's his name?
The Combat
Garcia.
Club? Just kidding.
No, they're actually, that's all right.
Chris says maybe Taya Valkyrie will come out after Saraya and Tony Matcham will challenge Saraya for the title. I don't know. Pickle says, is it Bo Jackson? And Chris says, plus they have Sky Blue put there for morale as well. Walter says, John Moxley for the win. And John says, no, Cola. Good guess. Pickle's like, Manning? Maybe not.
No.
Chris says, tenemos miedo. John says, nope, not Manning. Sophie says, Marvel Spider-Man 2 got gold status today, which is surprising since the game is coming out a month from today. Walter says, Dan Marino. John's like, running back 74 and 75, Archie Griffin, Ohio State.
Archie Griffin.
Pickle's like, oh, nice one, John. And Walter says, okay, John, oops, lost. John, do a NBA trivia. Pickle's like, right, let me get a list. I have an NBA trivia question. Nice. Ayla's like, hey. Hey, Ayla. What's up? What you doing?
Do the wrong answers only. Who's the greatest NBA player ever? Jeff Hornacek.
I don't even know those people.
You just name some NBA player.
I don't know any. I mean, I know some, but they're not considered not great.
John
People think
Stockton.
that they're great. Walter's like, hey, Ayla, late. And John's like, only 3 players went from high school to the NBA.
What? When? That's not true at all.
It was like, yeah, very busy day, Walter. Pico's like, which NBA team had the only roster to have drafted players 1, 2, and 3 in the same year?
Whoa. It has to be somebody newer, right? Like, I wish you would give us, like, a 10-year time period that this lands in. Because if it's anything after, like, 2008, no fucking idea. Like, trying to think who has... They would have to be 3 highly touted players that came out around the same time.
Right.
So it's not the Lakers. It could be Seattle. I don't remember when Gary Payton and Sean Kemp came out. Portland, no.
They're on the floor.
Not the Knicks, unless it was in the 70s. Because I don't know anybody on the Knicks from the 70s.
Walter wants Moxley to win this, and
Yeah.
John guessed Orlando Magic. Piccolo's like, bonus if they knew the players.
Well, I got to know the team first, and 1, 2, 3, that's tough.
Walter says Chicago Bulls, and Ayla says best NBA player. What's Bugs Bunny's girlfriend's name? Lola.
Lola Bunny.
Piccolo says, okay, its draft was the 90s, but the team roster was around 07, 08, I believe.
Wow, that kind of is giving it away, but...
Walter's like, Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. Piccolo's like, give me a couple more.
It's definitely not those guys.
Ayla's like, Walter won.
Yeah, that I know Jordan's draft. Jordan was picked 3rd in that draft. Number 1 would still go number 1, though. Like, if they redid that draft, Houston would still take Akeem Olajuwon number 1. I truly believe that. But then Jordan would go to Portland at number 2 over Sam Bowie. Because nobody knows who Sam Bowie is.
We're watching AEW, guys. It is the John Moxley versus Ray, what is his name?
Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix in that fight for the TNT.
No.
No.
Just the international.
Their international championship belts. And Moxley is now beating the poo out of him.
And flipping the crowd off.
And doing his weirdness.
I don't know when Penny Hardaway got drafted. But if Penny got drafted the same year as Shaq, then it could be, because that would have been 93. I just don't think Penny came out in 93.
Piccolo's like, give me a couple more. Walter
it's
won.
not-
John's like, 3 high school players drafted first round. John says 41 overall from high school. Walter says Ayla thinks, but it's tough. And John's like, Sam Bowie, the knife guy?
Sam Bowie, but no. 3 drafted in the first round. Is that what he said? Is that what he said?
3 high school players drafted first round.
Right. So, Kevin Garnett. Oh, fuck, what was that dude's name? He kind of sucked. Anyways, yeah, Kobe, Kevin Garnett, and then I think it was 99. I can't think of his name. I want to say Jonathan Bender, but I don't think it was Jonathan Bender. Was it something Brown, Kywee Brown or something like that? Shit. I don't remember his name.
Picture in picture of the
I think it was
championship
something.
match, guys.
I think it was something Brown.
They're really tired.
Yeah. But yeah, as the 1, 2, 3 picks, I can't think of anybody that had 3 number 1s.
The same year. Let's see. Ayla's like peanut butter pie. Talitha is making one. Oh, jeez.
Was it
That
L.A.?
lady says it like more than once in that whole video too. It's hilarious.
Was it the Clippers? With like Elton Brand? Lamar Odom, Elton Brand, and whoever else.
Pico says, okay, all right. And Ayla says, I bet it's tough being a winner, Walter. Walter's like, give me clues, John or Pico. And Pico is like, a Bowie knife. Chris says, speaking of a Lola, Travis, last night there was an NXT women's match between Roxy and this sexy Puerto Rican girl by the name of Lola Vice. She is team with Elektra Lopez. The crowd is really into her.
Oh. I should have watched that last night, and guess what? I forgot it was on.
Walter's like Charles Barkley and Shaq. And Piccola says, think mid-90s players.
Right, but the problem is everybody that's good, I know, and they weren't teammates. Like, it can't be Charles Barkley and Shaq, because Charles Barkley was drafted by the Sixers in the 80s, and Shaq was drafted in 93 by the Orlando Magic.
I was like, I don't think Lola Bunny was Latino, but it makes sense. I mean, is Puerto Rican.
I mean,
says,
God, what was his name? Steve Nash. But I don't remember who he was drafted by. Was he drafted by Dallas?
He gives you the answers. You ready?
Sure.
Anyways, let me get caught up with a couple more first. Chris says, oh, Travis, you can't forget about my boy, Tracy McGrady.
T-Mac.
Walter says Dominic Wilkins, Doc Rivers. John's like Quan Brown, LeBron, Garrett. And Pico says the team was Miami Heat, and the players were Shaq, Zoe, and Christian Leitner from 92 draft.
Wait. Who were they?
Shaq.
Shaq was drafted by Orlando.
The team was Miami Heat, and the players were Shaq, Zoe, and Christian Leitner from 92 draft.
Christian Leitner. But Shaq went to Orlando with the first overall pick. I'm almost like 99.9% sure of that. There's no way they traded to get that, right?
Ayla says, I actually didn't catch it until the ND. Haha, I had to watch again. No, seriously, she said it at the very beginning. Then she says peanut butter, like through the most of the video. And then at the end, she says peanut butter. Like at the end of the freaking thing. I just like to top it off with some melted peanut butter. And I put this peanut butter on top. And it's just like, what the fuck, lady? Orlando Magic.
I mean, it is a Florida team. But... And Christian Leitner was on the Dream Team. Why was Shaq not on the Dream Team, but Christian Leitner was? That should be the real question.
John's like, Garnett. Walter says, okay, got Shaq. And John's like, good one, Cole. And Pico's like, Phoenix, Alonzo Mourning. Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Friday for SmackDown. Watch wrestling and help each other. Thanks, Walter. We'll see you on Friday, bud. You have a good rest of your week. Until then. Pico's like, take care, Walter. And Ila's laughing. And John's like, I thought it was Magic also.
Yeah, I think they were the top 3 picks, but I don't think they were drafted by the same team. Because Christian Leitner, I'm pretty sure he went somewhere else as well.
Chris says, is Greg Popovich best basketball coach, Travis?
It's hard to argue that he's not. I mean, the only other one would be the one in Chicago, right? Or L.A. Who's the coach of Chicago and L.A.?
No idea.
The Zen Master. Coach Jordan. Coached Kobe. It'd be cooler if I knew his name. Anyways, and then Pat Riley. So
Pat or Mike?
What the fuck's Mike?
That's what John said. Mike Riley.
Pat Riley. I don't know who Matt Riley is.
Best basketball coach. And people, it's like, of all time, Phil Jackson.
Yeah, he was. Christian Leitner was drafted by the Minnesota Timberwolves. So that was just the 3 picks, but they weren't drafted by the same team.
Sophie says, how is the show tonight?
It's worth watching.
It's all right.
It's been a pretty good show.
What's his face fighting this other dude?
Ray Phoenix and
John Moxley.
John Mox right
That's
now.
Our names. It's for a title.
It is. Another title match. I think we had another one already, didn't we? Oh, yeah. We got a new champion for Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor World Champion.
Old Eddie Kingston.
Old Ed Kingston.
Old Eddie. He got it. He did it. John's like, Pat, yes, not Mike. Oh, no, is he down?
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Oh, no, he picked him up. Oh no, Moxley did something. Pickle's like, no, I meant they were all on the same roster in 0405 season for Miami.
Oh. Ray Phoenix just won the championship, guys.
What? That's crazy. They took it off of Moxley that quick?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Moxley just died.
Maybe he's broken. Maybe he's got injury.
That match was 13 minutes. A little bit
at least
less.
It wasn't 15-13.
I know.
It's 13-15 instead. Just kidding.
That would have been funny.
Well, we have a new international champion, guys. Ray Phoenix is now your champion instead of Moxley. He's not your champion anymore.
It's because Moxley broke his neck.
Uh-oh. Phoenix broke it for him?
Yeah. Everybody in the audience seen it, and they all kind of like jumped up on their feet, like, what the fuck?
Oh,
so I think he's okay, but
he's gonna be in a
neck
brace for a while, like Roderick Strong.
It did look pretty bad at first, and then he did it again. But they got the doctor in there, but the referee's not paying attention, so.
He's being attended to.
I think he just scared people because he twitched.
Oh.
So he's got his legs up, so he's not paralyzed.
I didn't think they were supposed to do that kind of stuff.
Fake it?
Mm-hmm. Like do that kind of thing. I thought that was part of their rules now that they couldn't do that.
They can because they're professional. So like the indie leagues can't do the pile driver. Especially in New Orleans. Or what is that? The state? New Orleans? Louisiana. That it's banned there, except for WWE. They're the only one that can use it. And I don't know if AEW can use it now, but because AEW wasn't around when they banned it. It's the roundest face I've ever seen in my life.
He's got the people. He's got a potato on his face.
That's a cheek.
That's a potato.
Is that 3 cheeks?
It's his nose. That's a potato. And he's got beady little eyes.
They don't look little to me.
Beady little eyes. His eyes? With his ginormous potato nose?
Well, it's because his face is so big.
John's like, so if you have 1 more hour. Pickle's like, oh, how nice, Ray. Because, like, Ray Phoenix beats Mox. What the fuck? Pickle's like a handful of title changes. And Chris says Ray Phoenix biggest victory. Yeah, I think Mox injuries, if he lost that quick, injured. Maybe.
Yeah, it looked kind of,
like,
it looked funny.
Right. Let me see. Do you like Steph Curry at all, Travis?
What? Oh, the player. I thought you said stuffed curry. And I'm like, the food? I don't know what stuff. I don't know what curry is, so I can't. Anyways, Steph Curry, I don't hate him. I'm not in love with him or anything, but I don't hate him. I didn't know that that's what you meant, that they were teammates at one time.
Sophie says there was a meeting in Stanford yesterday.
Yeah, Stanford.
In Stamford?
Old Connecticut.
Why are they having a meeting?
Because they wanted to talk to the players.
Player meeting.
The wrestlers.
Player meeting. John says, who the flip is Ray Phoenix?
He is in the Lucha Bros. It's weird. It's like putting a title on Jey Uso.
Yeah, it's because his guy is supposed to be injured, but he was really just having, problems with his visa.
That's him.
Oh.
He was the one having trouble with his visa.
Oh.
Penta's the one that wins.
Is Penta broken?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, what the fuck? It's the wrong guy.
Pickle's
the
like,
wrong kid died, damn it.
Pickle's like, LOL stuffed. Yeah, Travis doesn't listen. Pickle's like, I thought you may enjoy Golden State, but I remember you're a jazz fan.
Jazz hands. All my Jazz needed was one player, and they decided to not go get one player, and then they lost to the Bulls 2 years in a row. in the finals when they could have won if they would have just had one more player. And Byron Russell wasn't that guy. No matter how much he thinks it was. Now, granted, it was a foul when Jordan pushed off of him to score his last points as a Bull that he ever scored. But the referees didn't call it. But it was only Game 6 anyway, so even if the Jazz would have won that game, they still would have had to go back to Chicago to play Game 7. And, I mean, obviously they could have won that, but what's the chances of beating Jordan at home in Game 7?
Probably very minute.
But Malone was so good at that time. You know, I always thought Kobe was better than he was. Do you know how many MVPs Kobe won? One. That, to me, blows my mind.
Why? He's
I just thought Kobe had like 4 or something. He won 1. I'm pretty sure Shaq only won 1 also. And that blows my mind as well. But he could have won more. But Karl Malone had 2, for fuck's sakes.
Let's see. Pickle's like, oh, maybe that's why Ray won, since he didn't get an all-in moment. Maybe. John says Karl Malone and John Stockton.
Yeah.
Chris says, what the fuck, man? I'm seeing BS reports of people saying Edge will show up. Fuck off, man.
Let's see it. I feel like if Edge cares about his legacy at all, he's not going to AEW.
That'd just ruin him completely. John says, you wouldn't best the Bulls with 6 more guys.
That's not true. Those games were really close. Even the ones the Bulls won, were close. Malone was a stud. He was an MVP at that time. He won it in like 98 and 99 or something. He won 2 MVPs around that time. Anyways, he was legit, and John Stockton was the shit. They just needed somebody else, because it's hard, because they had Rodman and Pippen, and then obviously Jordan. And so they didn't have anybody to guard Pippen or Jordan at an elite level. And I think if they would have got somebody that they could have got, like another player that could at least keep up with him. But it would have been better just to get a big, like an Akeem Olajuwon or Shaquille, or just bring in somebody like that. Patrick Ewing.
I didn't even know we were supposed to get storms today.
The devil outside of our window.
Yeah. Sure. That's it.
Thunder!
P-Hole says, that's incredible. I don't think there will ever be a do again lasting, 19 seasons?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see it in Dallas, or no, Denver right now. I like those two. It'd be cool if they stayed together forever. The Joker and Murray, or whatever his name is. Kyle Murray. Here comes the champion!
She's an outcast from the outcast. Silliness. Let's see. Harley says, good night, everybody. Good night, Harley. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully we'll see you on Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. And Pico says a huge what if would be if MJ never retired in 94 and 95.
Yes, that would be an interesting one, because Houston was good at that time. And so would Houston still have been able to beat them? That's tough.
John says the rumor was they were going to ban Jordan for gambling. They made him go take time off. He went to play baseball.
That's exactly what happened. word for word what really happened. I bet you anything.
Chris says, LOL, Tony Storm coming out to Macho Man type theme song. What
Yeah.
the fuck? Pickle says, I can still remember that Patrick Ewing bunny. He missed that layup in the Eastern semis and could have gone to face the Bulls.
Uh-huh.
Chris says, it's like Tony is trying to be a character, but I don't know. It's not working yet. Yeah, her acting is really not very good.
Did
She
you
should
watch
probably
her
work on that.
her interview or whatever? It was actually pretty funny. She didn't like the light because it was too flushing, and then she didn't like the lamp that was behind her, and then they said, part 2 next week.
Oh, God.
Oh, chop to the chest. Another chop to the chest. She's trying to hit those big old boobies. What's Ruby doing? Oh, she got hit in the chest. And a little thrust kick.
John says, forced retirement, Cola. Pickle is like, yes. Forced retirement.
Can't gamble on the game, but they couldn't kick him out like they did Pete Rose because he was too great for the game. Any other player would have just been done. Almost any other player.
That's funny.
They wouldn't have done it to Magic or Bird either, so. But Jordan had a severe gambling problem. Still does.
Huh. That's weird. Doesn't seem like the type of person that would have a gambling issue.
Where did she go? She just laid down and rolled under the ring. No, she's coming back.
It's a game plan you can't prepare for.
What does she have? Shoes? Oh, she's beating her with shoes.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Why are we hitting people with shoes? Oh, she dropped a shoe and it went under the ring.
I don't know. Is it a chancla type of shoe or is
No,
it a
it looks
shoe
like a
shoe?
slipper like you'd wear to bed. Not
Why
in
would
bed,
you wear it to
but
bed?
to the bed.
Oh. House slippers?
She did. She used it. She just cheated. Oh, Saraya kicked out. Thank goodness.
I can't believe she didn't get the win.
They better go
Picture,
to picture in
picture.
picture.
They better. I don't know why they better, but they better do it.
They're coming to America.
Chris says, so now Tony is the third member of the NXT tag team, the Vaudevillains. Remember those guys? Simon Gotch and Aiden. I can't stop hating English.
I kind of remember what you're talking about.
Pico says, I sort of want to watch The Last Dance again. John says, rumor was his dad was killed over a gambling debt. Are you talking about Jordan?
Jordan. His dad did die when he was younger.
Pico says,
In a
Travis,
car.
do you ever watch 30 for 30s? Do you have a favorite one?
No. I mean, I have watched them, but I couldn't even tell you what they're about. But I have seen them. That makes sense, by the way, because wasn't his dad murdered in a car in the woods?
Ooh. Probably. I don't know anything about Michael Jordan's history.
I'm just trying to remember the thing. That would make a lot of sense. I didn't even think about that. But how does he not pay his debt? Or did he just say, screw you guys? I mean, the dude makes like $6 million a week. I think his first contract paid him $6 million total. And now he makes it every 8 days or something. With his shoes.
8 days?
Every 8 days he makes $6 million.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, he basically makes almost $1 million a day.
That's crazy.
And that's why he doesn't care about the child labor on his shoes in China, because why would you give a shit?
I don't know. Don't worry about a thing. We're in picture, guys. We're watching that women's match right now with Toni Storm and Saraya. see how that works out. Let's see. John says Pony Express was a good 30 for 30. Pico's like, I enjoyed the U 30 for 30. And John says SMU scandal in the 80s. Pico says, yeah, that has to suck. I remember some speculation about his pop's murder. John says, yep, shot and killed. They took an NBA ring he was wearing. Huh.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't even think about it with his gambling. Probably got their money. You would think if you had that kind of money...
So was Jordan's dad also an NBA player or
No.
So why would they take an NBA ring he was wearing?
Oh. Maybe to say that that's what it was about. I don't know.
Pico says, okay, I can't remember who it was, but a 30 for 30 about a boxing match where the one boxer cheated with like a cement mixer substance found in his boxing gloves.
Yes, that was a really big deal. That guy went to jail.
Yeah.
For it. That was brutal. He beat that kid so bad that I think he lost his vision. Watch out for that bottom turnbuckle. There isn't one. Oh, Saraya's got the spray paint now. And she used it. Dropped her. 1, 2. Tony Storm kicked out. Tony Storm tried to cheat. Saraya did cheat. But it doesn't matter because neither of them got the pin.
It's funny.
You got to watch out for that bottom turnbuckle. It's naked.
John says the movie Air was good. Explained all that about the shoe. Still makes crazy money. Pico says, yeah, Air was pretty good. And now Ravi's in the chat. Ravi says, yo, D and Travis, how is Dynamite?
Woo! It's aight.
It's the women's match right now. Saraya and Tony Storm fighting it out.
She didn't do it. Saraya couldn't do it. She couldn't use that bottom turnbuckle.
Oh, no. She tried?
Yeah, she just didn't. She couldn't do it.
She couldn't do it
Take
to
herself,
her friend or whatever she supposedly is.
Careful. She's going to do it. She's going to drop her right here. Oh, Tony's setting her down. She kissed her on the face. They're lip kissing.
All the men are crazy. Oh,
pile
God,
driver.
That's her neck.
Saraya
be careful
kicks
with
out.
Saraya's neck. She could be broken really easily.
What kind of match do we have? This is a 10-minute match.
John says he gave his dad one of his title rings from the Bulls. What? So his dad died like while he was playing basketball?
Yeah.
Oh. You made it sound like his dad died when he was like really young, like when he was like a child.
No, I didn't. I said, why couldn't he just pay?
No,
He made
I
$6
said
million.
Okay, so you're asking.
Oh, shit.
You're asking why didn't Michael Jordan pay for his dad's gambling debts?
Jordan.
Michael Jordan's not dead. His dad's dead.
Yes, he is.
Okay, his dad was dead, found in a car. John's saying that he had an NBA ring on him. It was taken
Fact.
off of his dead body.
Fact.
Okay, so I said, you made it sound like Michael Jordan was a little kid when his dad died. Then John said, oh, he had a ring. And I was like, oh, so Michael Jordan he was in NBA, whether he was retired or not or whatever, whenever that happened, is what I said.
Okay.
Okay? And then you're like, why didn't he just pay? He makes like $6 million every 8 days. Michael Jordan does, not his fucking dad.
Right, but it was Jordan's debt that got his dad killed.
So you're saying that it was Michael Jordan's debt, yet everybody's saying that his dad had a gambling problem as well?
No, I didn't hear that.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know anything about his dad. I just know that Jordan had a gambling issue.
So,
a severe one.
So the reason why his dad was murdered is because he was driving his son's vehicles and they found it and said, oh, you must be him. And so they killed him and took the ring and said, oh, it wasn't him. And then went to Jordan and said, sorry, man, we killed your dad because you wouldn't pay your debts. The story gets more stupid and fucked up as time has gone on with this story that's just happened in the last 15 minutes of Jordan's dad dying. Like,
I think he just got...
Let's show the speculation and point fingers over here. The story got a little messed up and dumb every time we talked about it. Anyways, Ravi's like, Tony Storm joking. Quentin says, Tony wants the shoe, the whole shoe, and nothing but the shoe. Piccolo says, oh, the Boz. Oh, that's another good 30 for 30. Chris says, yeah, so Mox is injured, seeing reports now. Oh, he's injured, huh? Did he injure himself? Or did Ray Phoenix injure him? I'm kind of curious about that. Right?
Right. Oh, yeah. I definitely need to watch the match. Julia Hart and Sky Blue this Friday. There's a lot of shit going on Rampage. Rampage is 1 hour. Oh, it's a 2-hour special. I'm like, it's a long-ass fucking...
It's a Grand Slam Rampage, that's why. So that's why they're doing John says, they probably killed him to make a point to Jordan. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so... if we're going to talk about something like that, that's what you lead with, okay, guys? Just letting you know, if you're going to talk about fucking deaths and people being murdered for things, you don't lead with, oh, yeah, gambling problems and Jordan's dad and, oh, my gosh, and he was killed for gambling problems. And it's like, so his dad was a gambler too? Because that's what I hear. Instead of saying, oh, yeah, Jordan's dad was probably murdered to make a point to Michael Jordan, who has a gambling problem and probably wasn't paying his gambling debts to his bookies, which is stupid because he makes like $6 million every 8 days. Yeah, and then his dad was found shot and killed in a car wearing one of Michael Jordan's NBA championship rings. Fucking Jesus Christ, how hard is that? That's like a complete story that just happened, and oh my god. Instead, you guys were like, let's put it like this and that, and let's put it over here and up that way and down around and all that stuff. Moxley's dead and, and all that good thing.
Moxley could be dead. Up next, MJF, Samoa Joe, or just Joe, as some people know him.
I know him as Weirdo. Broken thumb guy. He was a terrible commentator.
Should have just wore his thumb like, what's his name? Umaga's son.
So Piccolo says, yeah, context. Like MJ was maybe in his prime. He won 3 titles already, and I believe he quit basketball in '93 due to his pop's death. But then I forgot the whole gambling debt stuff. Well, there you go.
And then he came back 2 years later and went on another three-peat. So he three-peated twice. But there's a good possibility he would have won 8 or 9 or 10 championships in a row.
Right.
But what's his name wanted to tear that team apart and start over, and they've never won again.
Well, there you go. That's what you get for making stupid decisions.
But Rodman and Pippen and Jordan would have stayed around for a little bit longer. Good. That's another pair. Now what do you have, 10 left?
I have 500 left to go. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm going to have to find a different bag to put the finished products in.
That one looks way tighter than the other one. But I think it's just different threads.
It's just probably the way it got made is all. Unfortunately, it happens. But it's pretty close to the same sizes. It happens every once in a while.
Mama.
Let's see. Chris says Julia Hart versus Sky Blue at Rampage. Yeah, that's happening there. John says, I think the dad did have gambling issues also. Nowhere like Mike, maybe he figured his son would just pay it. Well, it just seems odd. Okay, so I get, like, threatening, like, the person who owes you the money. And I get, like, oh, you're not going to pay and you don't care? Well, we'll threaten your family. Okay, makes sense. But wouldn't you threaten, like, their family as in, like, their wife or children? Because I'm pretty sure he was probably married or had a girlfriend or anything of that nature. Because why on earth would they be like, we're going to kill your dad? Unless he had problems, too. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
That he didn't have, like, some form of issues with him as well. And maybe it just went too far. Or maybe it was a miscalculation of who he was. Maybe Jordan's dad was driving Jordan's car. And they're like, that's Michael Jordan's car. We're going to kill him. And then they shot him and they're like, oh, fuck, it's not him. It's his dad. Oh, fuck. They made a mistake. Who knows? So many possibilities. When all it is the car went off into the ravine, into the water, and the poor guy drowned and died, and that was it. It was on a podcast I listened to earlier today about stories and how they can get misconstrued and how investigations can go from one thing to like 50 things if you give it enough stuff instead of just the simple answer that the guy didn't come home from work that day even though he said he was on his way home. And he didn't come home. What happened? And then you go through all these like 10 different scenarios of what could have happened. In all reality, all that happened was that he went off the road in a place and went into a river or a lake or something and he drowned. Whether he had some cardiac arrest or something during that time. But they found another car while they were dredging and found 2 people that had died. This, like 2 cars in the same, and the guy had passed in the one. So, I mean, right? So, jumping to conclusions. But, anyways.
Whatever one makes the best story. There he is, Joe.
Robbie's like, speaking of Jordan, my nephew has a lot of the trainers. I bet. Giving old Michael Jordan his money. About $6 million he makes in every 8 days, thanks to your nephew. And helping the little children in China keep their jobs. Congratulations, Ravi. Your nephew should be proud.
Could have paid his gambling debt.
Oh, no. Go get him, champ. What the fuck is this shit?
This is Disney stuff.
Oh, God, this is dumb. I was like, that's it, D. He was driving Mike's car. I don't know. People's like, I'll send you something. Okay. John says, maybe the dad was the go-between guy between Jordan and the gamblers. I mean,
oh, God.
Guess.
That's hilarious.
What did he say?
Dad, I'm adopted?
I'm adopted?
MJF with the Mets logo. Too funny. And then he's got a Jets patch on his back.
Oh, look, his stuff's in Mets colors. His name. And he has a baseball. Are they in the finals or something?
No, they're in New York.
No, the Mets. Are they like in the...
No, they suck this year. They got rid of all their players.
Right.
That's where Verlander and Scherzer or whatever came from in Houston.
John's like, Jordan made bets through the dad. No, he was shot and killed in the car side of the road. People was laughing. He's like, burned. The MJF stuff. And Robbie says, my nephew is proud. He's 7. Such a cool little boy.
Right.
I'm just kidding, Robbie. I don't care what shoes he wears or what he gives his money to. Or his parents give their money to. I'm sure you've probably helped out buying him stuff. Robbie's like, D with conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theory of what, Robbie? Which one?
New York City. Best barbecue sauce. New York City.
It's salsa.
Oh, wait, that's salsa.
New York City! Oh.
You forgot to clap. Oh, you're counting.
Lost my count because that stupid guy
Dang it.
saying dumb names in a dumb way. Sorry, I lost count.
Take your
Fucker.
earpiece out.
Yeah, because I don't want to listen to him talk.
Better than you. Baby. Nobody cares about the referee. He's like, referee, Paul Turner. Culmination. It's official. We're underway. MJF should have already won. They haven't even locked up yet. Here we go. They still haven't touched yet. Okay, they touched. Oh, he kicked him in the inner thigh. All right, Samoa Joe stalking him like he's prey. They're about ready to lock up again.
Robbie's like, D, my nephew is one of the best players in his local football team. Is it because of his shoes?
We don't wear Jordans.
Is it because of his shoes that are made by little kids? Is that why?
We don't wear Jordans.
Pickle's like Mets-inspired gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baseball
Oh, God.
inspired. Chris says, yes, MJF ain't a real New Yorker if he's repping Jets and Mets.
No, yeah, he's doing the B teams.
He's like from New Jersey. Just kidding. I don't know where the fuck he's from.
It's up north, New York. It's uptown, like
Rochester?
no, not that. Like it's a different part.
Long Island.
Something like that.
Pretty sure it's Long Island.
Yeah. He's stomping on his back. Just Joe throwing the jabs from his chest.
Yeah,
He
took
said,
him away.
"Suck it, New York."
Oh my.
Here's your boy.
Not the suck it. Oh no, not his neck.
Oh, he's cranking on it now. He's trying to work his way back up to his feet. There he's back on his feet. Drops that elbow. Another elbow. Another elbow. Got himself out of it. No. Joe pulls him down. Smashes his head into the ring. Picks him up. Drops him down. An atomic drop. Misses with a boot. Goes for... MJF rakes the eye. The referee just let it go. You're not supposed to just rake the eye in front of the referee. A big boot. Looked like a claymore.
The referee Paul's kind of shitty. No wonder they got him. They're like, let's introduce the ref Paul so everybody can be like, boo, boo, ref Paul.
Baby. You don't show your cards.
So is this for either a championship
I
or something?
thought it was for the world title.
Is it just for MJF's world title, though? Or is it for the...
Yeah. They just said it right there.
Okay. So it's not for the ROH one at all?
No, I don't think so. That would be dumb.
Well, the whole thing's dumb anyways, but whatever.
But yeah, lots of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Modern Family's
starts.
taken over for Friends. Dang. Friends is gone.
Forever?
I don't know. But Friends is on at that time slot, so. Now it's going to be Modern Family, which is funny.
Bastards.
I don't really watch TV anymore anyways like that, but before, when I was watching it, I would watch that every once in a while. Oh, it's garbage cans being taken out. I'm like, what the hell's that noise?
Garbage.
Garbage cans, because tomorrow's garbage day.
Garbage day.
On this side, which is the best side, we're representing West Side.
West Side.
Made to chill.
Yeah, the kid don't listen.
They don't listen.
Don't listen.
All right, Joe is basically dominating this match so far. MJF's got like 2 offensive moves in.
Sounds about right.
We're not talking about a game. We're talking about practice.
Yeah, practice. Pico says, did you ever enjoy Schitt's Creek? Yes, we did watch Schitt's Creek.
Watched it all, yeah. Pretty funny.
Ew, David. Ew, David. David, ew. Ew, David.
I like David. Very gay. Very confused, actually. Because he does have sex with the girl that works the desk.
Right.
She's like, I used to play grown men for Slurpee money when I was a little kid. That's what that basketball player said.
Oh, jeez.
Dun, 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 dun. Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
Yeah, I don't think they're in Madison Square Garden. They're in another arena.
Pico's like, I watched a few seasons. It was pretty funny.
It is.
It is. I liked Schitt's Creek. It's one I could watch again and be okay watching. Ravi says this main event is not living up to much. It's Samoa Joe. What do you expect?
It's just slow,
and
yeah.
MJF. So, Ravi's like, D, would you say Jesus creepers like the ones you wear are fashionable? Who said I wear Jesus creepers, dude?
What's a Jesus creeper? Is that
I
those
have absolutely
like,
no idea.
Birkenstocks?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sounds like a Birkenstock.
Sounds like Ravi's confused in life.
It's like you would tie leather around a board and wear it as a shoe.
Basically, I'm guessing.
1, 2, and 3. No! MJF gets that shoulder up. There's only 12 minutes left, but they can go over.
Only 12 minutes.
Well, we're 7 minutes in. A little over 7, but. Oh my god, ew. He just tore his shirt off, wiped his dick with it, and then threw it in his face. MJF is Thumper now. He punched the floor a few times. Look at him, he's hulking up! Haven't seen this type of excitement in years. Get him, Hogan. They don't do a lot of hulking up stuff anymore. Definitely like seeing it. Get him! 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Old school wrestling. MJF getting it done. Another 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hurry it up! Oh, he's biting it! Cannibalistic.
Gross.
MJF, kangaroo kick coming up, baby! He did it! Joe wisely rolls to the outside. Ultimate Warrior style right there. MJF's going all 80s on us. All early 90s. How does he even know? Like, he wasn't old enough to be born.
He was old enough to be born. You're funny.
He, like, just watching old videotapes. He's like, I like the Ultimate Warrior. I watched it on VHS.
Oh, let's see. Robbie says, yeah, that's the one, Travis. So Piccola says, how much... Piccola says, Raunchy Joe. I don't know where I got how much. That's weird. And funny at the same time. Robbie's like, Joe, feeling the sweat. Robbie says, DLO with the Jesus Creepers going, I don't have any of those, Robbie. Just because you like to wear them with socks doesn't mean everybody does.
You know, there's only one way to do it, and it is to wear it with socks.
LOL, there's a fun gimmick. MJF is willing. Robbie says, was there any decent matches tonight?
Yeah, there's been title matches. There's been title changes. We've got women's matches that lasted over 10 minutes.
Broken.
John Moxley might be hurt, like severely, maybe minorly, but he's definitely hurt a little bit. Or injured.
Dead.
Hurt doesn't mean anything, but injured, yes.
He's dead.
Everybody hurts in wrestling.
He's dead.
Everybody hurts.
Piccola says Montez Ford does it better.
The Ultimate Warrior thing, yes.
Yes, he does.
But both are fun to watch, so. The Ultimate Warrior did that shit, like, because he was on crack. Or whatever he was on. Like, sometimes I feel like he took a bump right before he ran out to the ring.
Probably.
Sometimes he would run, like, a mile to get to the ring. Because they'd have the ramp so far back.
Right.
Once he started coming out, like, once it became a thing, they'd start moving the ring way away from the entrance.
Oh, jeez.
So you'd have to, like, run the whole fucking way. I'm surprised he wasn't exhausted by the time he'd get to the ring.
I was like, oh, I didn't miss anything good then.
Just some titles changed hands. What's his name? Eddie Kingston's the new Ring of Honor World Champion.
Yeah. He beat that
Ray
Claudio
Phoenix
guy.
beat John Moxley, and he's the new champion of the Internationals.
Saraya won and kept her title against
Saraya's
Toni Storm.
retained against Tony. And MJF might lose his title.
Yeah. To this weirdo.
To just Joe.
Yeah, that guy.
Even Tony's just calling him Joe. Look at this. He's pulling up the floor. That's concrete. Here we go. Now, see, Adam Cole Bebe should be here to stop this from happening. But instead, he's with Roderick nursing his neck injury.
Oh, so sweet.
Here we go. Pile driver if he hits it. What's he doing? Is he biting his leg? He's biting his quad.
Pico says, to be honest, every match besides the Sammy Jericho match were bangers, Robbie.
Oh, God. MJF can't do it. He's got a bad trap. His trapezius muscle's out.
Yeah.
Oh, God, here it is.
It's champ. Great one.
Here it is. It's over. He's dead. MJF's been killed. Pile driven right onto the concrete.
Doesn't he have to get him into the ring now, though?
Not if he's dead.
Oh. He doesn't have to get him in there if he's dead?
No, he would just, the match would be canceled. Look at, there's doctors and trainers and guys. Oh, my. Joe doesn't care, though. He's not going to stop. He doesn't have to stop. It's the middle of a match. If the referee wants it to stop, he has to stop the match.
What did you say about him becoming it if he forfeits?
Yeah, if he's not able to continue, it would be a forfeit. Which isn't true, because he could have just got counted out if the referee would have just counted him out. But instead, the referee didn't do his job, too. And MJF kicks out with the broken neck. They like these broken neck storylines.
They do. It's getting old and ridiculous. I'm tired of it already.
Roderick Strong, MJF.
It's almost as bad as the whole WWE and the eye thing.
Oh, Lord. Nothing's as bad as ever. That's got to be one of the worst storylines I've ever seen.
God. For 2 years!
It lasted.
2 years!
It lasted
of that
forever.
crap.
I had to deal with Dominic forever then, and now I have to keep dealing with him because they forgot to end the damn storyline because he got popular to boo. Oh, God, he spit a huge loogie right in his face.
Gross.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Why is he so gross?
It was MJF spitting Joe's face.
Why is he so gross?
Oh, God, that's nasty.
About as bad as that dog I showed you earlier.
Yeah, exactly the same thing. Oh, MJF rolls him through.
And
Powerbomb!
got him with that powerbomb. Good job, MJF. Oh,
MJF
God.
kicks out. Almost broke
You
his
mean
neck.
Samoa
thinking-
Joe kicked out and almost broke MJF's neck
Yeah, exactly.
with his fat legs.
It's not fat. That's pure muscle. He's an Adonis.
Yeah,
That's what men look like.
that's so not true. Rob is like, MJF main eventing. Wow, AW getting their money's worth. Dude,
MJF
he's
is
the
world
fucking champion. Robbie, stop. Like, dude.
If this ends in the next 2 seconds, it's the longest match of the night.
Oh, my God.
15-13 just passed us by. We had 2 matches that were both 15-13. 15 minutes and 13 seconds.
And then the next one I thought was going to be like the opposite, 13-15, but it wasn't. It was
was
just
close.
13 minutes.
It was
total.
13 basically, like 13:01 or something, but close enough. Oh, 4. Another 4. Repeatedly forearming
Chris
him.
is like, if Edge comes out, I'll be pissed.
Oh, he's going to put him to sleep, but Joe got out of it immediately, and look at this. He's going to put MJF. Oh, MJF cheated. How fantastic is that? He hit him with a mule kick right to the dick.
Oh, no, not the
Right to
mule kick.
his... Oh, now he's putting his ring on. Kissed it, too. Kiss of death. Ooh. MJF loading up the hand. Oh, the referee's going to see it. Paul Turner! Oh, God. We're going to have a new champion right here, guys. Unless Adam Cole shows up. That's it. New champion. Oh, MJF kicks out of the muscle buster. Joe doesn't know what to do. He's beside himself. He's like, he must not have nuts. I kicked him in the nuts. Nomad can get kicked in the nuts and kick out.
Let's see. Pico says, yeah, I stand the Samoa submission Madork.
Yeah. Mador.
Robbie says, LOD, I'm so excited. I bet. I was like, you got to make MJF show his worth in a main event. Well, he is a champion, supposedly, right? Is that what champions do?
He's not going to be champion for long with this move. He's in there with the Samoan submission machine.
Pico says, is this
One.
when Joey Janela makes his triumphant return? Yes.
That's what's neat. Look at this. Adam
It's
Cole, baby.
Adam out there.
Adam
giving
Cole,
him the
baby!
1-2.
He fell. Oh, God, and he hurt himself.
Oh, fuck. Oops.
Oh, my God. That's funny as fuck.
Hopefully he's okay.
Oh,
Can't have him broken again.
Jesus. He jumped and hurt his ankle and fell, and then he got up, and now he's limping. This has to stay up. There it is! He's hooking up again!
He's like, I sprained my ankle just for you.
Why would you jump off their stairs?
I don't know, because he's retarded.
You're 40 now, Adam Cole. Look at that, he's biting! Rolls him up! He could win it like this! No, Joe!
Got out of it.
There's only 1 minute left,
Not
but
even.
they can go overtime because they own the rights after the show. Oh, referee jumped out of the way wisely.
Wow, got out of the way.
But
Would've
why did
been tackled.
But he wasn't hurt. He just got out of the way.
Oh, God.
He's going to get strangled. Like Luca. Remember Luca? They did this to Luca.
I don't know who that is.
It was on The Godfather.
Oh.
I can't remember his last name. Luka Brovich or something like that. Look at this. He's out. Here comes the referee. Joe's out. He can't see the string around his neck. It's over. MJF wins! With some cheating. But it's all good. It don't matter how you win. It's that you won.
He's going to put it in his arm.
Why wouldn't you just throw it out the ring?
Put it in your pants with the rest of the stuff.
Look, it's in his armpit. And the referee's going to try to lift his arm. $18.50 on that one. Almost 19 minutes. Joe's waking up. I wonder if he remembers where he's at. Adam Cole's still limping.
Even if he jumped and sprained it, it takes a minute for that to go off.
See him limping?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck? Can you imagine if they lose Moxley and Adam Cole at the same time?
Well, they could just have him do his stuff like this, as long as it's not something
Oh,
broken.
MJF stepping in front of him. Joe's so hot.
Ew, gross.
So hot. Look at him. He's shaking his hand. He said, you beat me fair.
Pico's like, just for the kids. Robbie's like, just Joe a champ. Nah, AEW are tripping. Robbie's like, Cole, are you enjoying the matchup? And Robbie says, who Luca over there? And Robbie says, would you believe it? MJF still champ. D happy for that?
Look at that. Samoa Joe shook his hand.
He's like, well, you cheated better than me. I'll give it to you.
You're a better cheater than I am.
Cheat and cheater, butt.
This time.
This time.
Bitch.
He looks so happy about it, too. Cheating. Cheating!
Fucking Adam Cole. Look, he's limping. That's funny. Look how white his face is.
Oh, maybe it's broken. Maybe he's got the shock. Yeah. Setting in.
In his face.
He always looks that way. I don't know why you're even wondering about it.
He's all gone.
He always looks weirdly pasty like that.
Oh, it's the trainer checking on the wrong guy. Adam Cole is full out limping now that the cameras are off.
Like, so are you okay? Like, are you alright?
He's like, it's right up in here.
I don't know. I think I might be broken for
It's not here or here. It's right here.
People's like, well, just look at that.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Would you look at that?
That's your tag team champions of Ring of Honor right there. Don't forget to tune in Friday night for a 2-hour Rampage special.
Picola says, it's overtime. I need freaking food, y'all. And I don't blame you, Picola. And Rob is like, D knows about cheating. What the fuck are you talking about, Robbie?
Cheater.
Cheating on what? Games?
Whatever you need to cheat on to win.
Okay. Cheat to win, I guess.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's a fact.
That's my brother who cheated. And it made me upset, and that's why I don't like playing board games ever again anymore. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We did have some title changes tonight on this Dynamite Grand Slam. Jon Moxley might be injured to the point that he might not be wrestling for a minute or two. We'll see how that's working out. And we've also got Adam Cole out there with a hurt ankle. Hopefully it's just a sprain.
Adam hurt himself.
He did hurt himself.
He jumped off the ramp.
Anyways, we'll be back again on Friday for SmackDown, guys. You have a good rest of your week.
Bye-bye, and thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.
Bye.